everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. And today we're actually just going to be creating a random password generator. And this is a very definitely simple project, and it's really just for you guys to get your hands dirty and just pick up some important Python basic programming knowledge, and we'll see how familiar you guys are with the random module. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and actually start coding this up. So there's two modules we actually have to import to be able to generate random passwords. Technically really only one, but just to further simplify this project, I will import the second module as well. So first we'll of course import the random module. Import the random module. And right after that we'll also import the string module, as that's also a very important module that we have to import. After this, and once again, if you guys are a little bit more beginners, it's always helpful to import whatever modules you're going to be using in the code on the top of your code, in the very initial lines of your code, because this makes it very easy, neat, and easy to know what you're working with and how it actually operates. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and actually begin the real code. So we first want to have a string, right, that contains every single character, whether it be the uppercase letters, the lowercase letters, whether it be the special characters or the punctuation. It should contain all the different characters that we pull from at a time to generate these random passwords. And to do that, instead of just typing every single one out in a string and setting that equal to a local variable, we can do something completely different using the string module, and this is what we're going to do. We'll set our let's just say characters, or not characters, in this case I'll say letters, equal to string dot ASCII letters, sorry, not just letters. And we'll set our digits to be equal to string dot, sorry, not sting, string dot, and if we just use the dot and look at all the different methods, we'll see digits come up here. And similarly, we'll say our characters is going to be equal to string dot, and if we look here, we'll get punctuation. Now, we just store all these different characters and elements and variables, and let me just print out these variables to show you what they actually mean. So if we just print out our letters, sorry, and then below that, we can print out our digits, and below that, we'll print out our characters. And if we were to see what that outputs in the terminal, we'll see you get all the different characters, all the different letters, sorry, both uppercase and lowercase. We get all the different digits, 0 through 9, and we get all the special characters, instead of just typing all of these manually in a string, which could be very time-consuming, and you could miss some few characters here and there. So now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and now put all this into one big string. We can call that big string all, and we'll set that equal to our letters plus our digits plus our characters using some string concatenation right here. Okay, and if we were to just print out all, we would see the combination in one string of all of these different characters, as we can see here being outputted on the terminal. Right there. Marvelous. Now what we want to do is we actually want to generate the random passwords. And to do this, we'll actually, we'll get the user's input of how many characters that we want to prompt the user of how many different characters they want in their password and how many different passwords they actually would like. And to do this, we can say length is equal to the integer value. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just close that up. The integer value of the input. Please type the desired length of your password. Looks like I really cannot spell today. Okay. And then we'll set the number of passwords equal to the integer value of the input. Please type the number of passwords, I really cannot type today, you would like. Okay, so now that we have that, we have the length of the password that the user would like, and we have the number of passwords as well that the user would like. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the input keyword, all this does is it just prompts the user in the terminal to insert an input wherever they would like. It could be any number, it could be any character, any letter, and the computer, we can work with that after that input actually works. So, now that we have completed that, we want to actually, start implementing this random passwords using the random module. So before we actually start that, just to make sure that we actually get the number of passwords right, we'll actually set a counter equal to 0. And this counter is going to be incremented each time we generate a new password to make sure that the number of passwords are generated based on what the user requested for. And just for you guys to know, we actually have to convert these inputs into integers using this int keyword, because whenever an input is received from the user, it automatically is received as a string. However, we cannot actually, that's an incorrect operand type, and we can't actually work with the strings and compare them to actual integers, so we have to convert them to integers for this project. Now, we'll say while the counter, with the while loop here, is less than the number of passwords, right? So basically what this is saying is, while the number of passwords we're actually generating is less than the number of passwords that the user actually requested, we can actually begin the random generating code. And to do that, we'll simply print out the random.sample of and length. And then we'll increment our counter by 1. Now, if you guys didn't understand this, that's completely fine. I will kind of explain it. So, what the random.sample does is it takes 2 arguments, one of which is an iterable that it takes a sample number of characters from, and then length is the number of characters that you wish to pull from that iterable, which in this case is all. So all in this case is just going to be our letters plus our letters plus our characters, all the special and regular characters that we printed out previously. And the length, the length is how many different characters we pull at a time, which is actually prompted and taken from the user. So once we have actually printed out one of these random passwords using this random.sample module, we have to increment our counter by 1, because that says, hey, we have actually generated 1 password, so the number of passwords we've generated is increased by 1. And we keep doing this until the number of passwords, which in this case is stored in the counter, is less than the number of passwords that the user actually requested for. And if you run this code now, we want, please type the desired length of your password. I'll just say I want 5 characters in my password. And then it says, please type the number of passwords that you would like. I'm just going to say I want 5 passwords as well. And as you can see, we got 5 passwords of length 5, completely different than the other. So that's a very simple implementation using those random and string modules of Python. And it's really just to get your hands dirty and explore how building projects actually works and how working with terminal actually looks like and importing different random modules. So if you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really does mean a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys later.